guys, welcome to Final Fantasy XIV, doing a collected edition of the mounts from the Final Fantasy series so far of 14. Now I'm aware this video actually was uploaded a couple of days ago, but then I went back, and because I've just transferred the data onto a PS4 Pro, I hadn't adjusted the sound settings, and basically my voice is being overpowered by the music. A blessing for some, but when you try to talk about the mounts, it's a bit distracting. So I've gone back, and hopefully this will now sound a lot better. So let's get on with the collector's mounts. There you go. That was a bit awkward. Okay. Now what I should first of all say, of course, is that these are collector's edition mounts, but even if you bought the game on normal edition, you can then go onto Mog Station at any point in your subscription, and you can upgrade for about half the price, I think it usually is, to the collector's edition. That's what I did for A Realm Reborn. I bought it normally on PS3, and then about a year later, I think it was, I went to a collector's edition. So here we go. Right, so let's talk about this first mount. So this is the Coeurl mount. A very famous monster from the Final Fantasy series. It's the leopard with reptilian features, the infamous long whiskers, I think you want to call them. It's a very beautiful mount, and its feet actually do kind of remind me of the last wolf mount you get for unlocking all the other wolves in the series. What I love about is if you look very closely, I'll try and get a good part in the sun, you can see, there we go, the muscles. He's got a very deep chest. Reminds me of those breeds of dogs which are, built for hard work. It's got a deep barrel chest. But it's also got a very sleek, very skinny waist, so he kind of, it's like a leopard's, a little bit of a cheetah in there, in how he looks. Now, there's just something amazing about this design. It's very, very simple, yet it works really, really well. So this one, say it belongs to A Realm Reborn. But in some ways, the only thing, the downside I have with this mount is, one, it doesn't fly. That's a bit of a letdown, especially in the cause of Heavensward and Stormblood. We use flying mounts and swimming mounts a lot. But also, it's not very unique in the fact that if you have a Dark Knight and you get the first achievement, you get the Panther, and then you do the next achievement, you get the War Panther, which actually that one can fly. So you can get something very similar, and it won't cost you anything. That's it. So it's two downsides. It doesn't fly, and it has something quite similar, so it's not very unique. Okay, so the next one, then we had Heavensward, and Heavensward brought us this. Is that a fog rolling in? Hello, fog. Now, what I love about this guy is he's one of the first few mounts to actually have normal-looking eyes. Not many mounts, if you look at their eyes, they're what I call etheric eyes. So they're kind of like see-through. You think of your Stola, how her eyes look. It's very similar to that. It's like they've been bathing in ether too long. Now again, this is another one which has a very powerful chest. You can see when it walks, a lot of good movement there. I love the fact that it has a bit of a bald eagle look to it. So a lot of the griffins I read about when I was growing up were pure gold, like, like a golden eagle, feathers everywhere. But to have the bald eagle look to it, I think looks really, really nice. It's got that contrast of white feathers. Now the wings are really, really nice. The sail design is nice and simple. I love that the plume of the tail, probably especially because my Makote character has that type of tail as well. So we just take to flight, because you can see we didn't look at those feet. I love the feet, how it holds itself. It's got very the lioness, yet eagle, just also like it was meant to be. If we get a look at those wings. Now say I'm doing this now through a PS4 Pro system. I had a PS4 Pro for over a year, but I've always played on the other PS4. I thought, no, you know what, I'm going to transfer it over. It looks really nice now, and it's coming across a lot more crisp on my screen, so hopefully you guys watching this on YouTube, it will look extra crisp on your screens too. Hoping so. So this mount, I love this one because it's very noble looking. Yeah, there's something really special about it. But again, just like the Coeurl mount, in fact, it doesn't become overly unique though, because you can actually get this one in Stormblood. There is a beast tribe, I want to say the Anata, forgive me if I got that wrong, the snake tribe, and you do their beast tribe quest, and you get two mounts. You get the white elephant, but later on you do get a white griffin, and the white griffin does look absolutely beautiful. Of course, there is something very special about the original in that, well, this was the first of its kind, so But it's a very nice mount. It's got a beautiful movement to it, both in the air and on the ground, which does help because obviously when you first start playing new areas, you can't fly, so it's quite nice to enjoy just the movement of it as is. And it is just a beautiful mount. Now the last one, excuse me, this is very special. This is a Sildra, if I'm pronouncing that right. Now this one, the colours on this mount are just beautiful. You've got purple, but purpley pink. You've got that white slash bluey hue to it. You've got the gold, which looks absolutely beautiful on the back, which and decorating all the way down. It's like a dinosaur-like look to it. I've always referred to this one looking like Lapras because of obviously the flippers. But it's just such a beautiful, and as well, it's the most unique. Because all the other two, you can get them in a different way in game. Different looks to them maybe, but still very, very similar. But this is the only mount of its kind. Excuse me, I'm getting tickly throat. It's unique for many ways, especially as well because it came out during the game when we could swim. And of course, if you're going to swim, you want an underwater type monster. And this is great because, yeah, it's a monster, but it's beautifully done. It's very elegant looking. It's very fantasy looking, as you'd expect from, obviously, a Final Fantasy game. And just as much as well, we've seen the collector's edition look of the mount to come in Shadowbringers. I need a drink. Excuse me. And there is the mount there, which looks like a greyhound bred with some sort of wild animal, because it's got a very muscular frame. That's why I'm saying greyhound, in case you're wondering how I get greyhound from that. And it does look like an amazing creature. And what I like to look about that, which I won't know till the actual rest of the game comes out, is that I've seen nothing like it. It reminded me a little bit like the mounts people have had in the old days for their PvP victories. It's like a wild dog look there I've seen. You get, I think there's one that's black and blue, another one's black and red, depending on how far you finished. So I don't know if it's very similar to that. That's the closest thing I've seen to it. But this one, in Stormblood, there's nothing like this you can get anywhere. So, excuse me, if you were going to upgrade anyone, I would say go Stormblood. That's the way to go. So I'm going to go now, guys, because my voice is seriously starting to go. 1 second. Oh dear. But, I'm so sorry. I'm fighting off a cold as well, apparently. Alright, now I want to apologise because I'm not only for the coughing, that is, I do really sorry, so I apologise. Is that there is actually not actually that many vids actually coming up now between here and the release of Shadowbringers, because there's not many mounts left for me to get. I'm still trying to grind for the MGP one to get the Cactus mount. There is the bear one, however, I grinded the game like crazy to get the War Lion, but I kind of need a little break from it. Not the game itself, it's just there are other games I do want to play. So it's trying to find that right balance of just trying other things. You know, I'm sure you guys can appreciate that. I do have some other videos coming up. What I would like to do is a week before the launch of Shadowbringers, I'm going to try and do one vid each day. That is the dream. Whether or not it actually happens, that's another story. Hopefully though, we're going to see. I'm having some ideas. If you guys have any ideas for vids you would like to see, please let me know. Something crazy, maybe you want another versus mount to compare some mounts to. Maybe it's just maybe it's an idea I haven't thought of that you've had. You know, please let me know. I know I'm not like most YouTubers. I don't have a computer system I can edit these on. Literally, what I have is what you see. What you see is what you get, and I'm sorry it's not always the best. I apologise. But seriously, if you guys have an idea, please let me know. I would love to hear what you guys have that you'd like to see, and if I can do it, I will try. But so hopefully, a week before the launch, do a video every day, except obviously the day beforehand, because they'll shut the servers down, I would imagine. And another vid I've got lined up is me and my fiance Dale have been playing the Overcooked game and having great fun with that. It's great. It's free on the PlayStation Store at the moment as I launch this vid. and we're really enjoying playing it together. It's great for testing communication skills, which I'm obviously going to be future husband and wife, definitely going to be needing that. So yeah, so we're hoping what we're going to do is we're going to hopefully complete that next weekend, and I'm going to upload the final boss fight up, and that'll be us getting the platinum together as a couple. No, it's soppy, right? But hopefully you guys sort of think there'll be that one coming up, and so that will be hopefully say next week. I'm trying to think of other mount vids I could do in the meantime. Also, big fan of Jurassic World Evolution, so I'm going to be showing you when I've got the 5-star on all my parks on that one. I'm going to be showing you guys the design of my parks, how I got 5 stars with what in place, so people can use that as a little help guide as well. And just because I really do love Jurassic Park, who doesn't like dinosaurs after all? I am riding one. But thank you for watching this vid, guys. Sorry for the mis-upload and then the re-upload. Apologize once again for the coughing. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Keep watching for more vids coming soon. Please let me know in the comments if you have any ideas for mount vids you would like to personally see. I do have 105 of these things now, so maybe I can do something that no one else has done. I will try my very best to do whatever I can to make these vids more interesting for you. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you again soon.